Hey my frugal friends, wagwan. Welcome and welcome back to my channel, Frugality is Life. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please make sure that you are subscribed and that you've hit that notification bell so you're made aware as soon as I upload a new video. Please always remember to like the videos, and I would appreciate if you share them as well. And just so I know you've made it into the video, you know what to do. Please leave your $sign in the comment section below. Thank you so much if you are returning. If you are new here, welcome. Let's jump into this video. So, I have been talking for a while about going on vacation, and I had my sinking funds. I have my my birthday and travel sinking funds that I've been saving towards. And this video is to actually stuff my vacation wallets. So I did a short just showing the different categories that I created for my vacation, and let's stuff it together and I'll tell you all about it. So let's jump into it. So okay, so let me put this right here for right now actually, and let's go into the breakdown and what I was thinking, right? So I love all-inclusive vacations. I've said this numerous times on my channel, and that's because if you are on a strict budget, you know exactly what you're getting into. You know what the cost is, you book it, it's done, right? And you just have a few variable categories, and I'm sure it differs for everyone, but these are my variable categories. Let me start from the front. So I have transportation. Now I budgeted transportation as sort of a buffer, because usually I take the Uber to the airport, and I usually book in my vacation package to have a transportation take me using the same airline from the airport to off my destination to the hotel and back. Okay, so I only need to consider transportation from my home to the airport and from the airport to my home. And so this is that transportation. Usually I take an Uber, and so this amount I'm going to put it in here just as a buffer, just in case anything happens. But usually I use my Uber account for that, and I would just put the money back on. So I'll put this in here. I'll still travel with it just in case I need to borrow some money from it on my trip, because although I budget for excursions, and you'll see that in a second, sometimes you just want to take a quick little trip in the town, see what the town is giving, see what is nearby to do, and maybe do some activities outside of your hotel. And so you will also need to pay for transportation there. So I will put that money all in here. And worst case, I spend less, I bring it back, and you know what? That will roll over into other vacation money. So every time I go on vacation and I budget and there's a leftover, I roll it into my next vacation. So that's gonna still be the plan for this one. So here are my categories. There's transportation, airport, excursions, tips, souvenirs, and miscellaneous. Now, I also have a background in working in the hospitality industry in Jamaica, and I know for a fact that you need to budget for things like excursions and tips. Like gratuity is something that is hugely appreciated in these hotels, on these resorts, on the ship. They're hugely appreciated, and I usually budget that money into my vacation, because I also want to show appreciation to the people, the country I'm visiting, and just for their service. Like, I 100% I'm a heavy tipper, myself and my husband, just because we are from that industry and we know how much you look forward to that. So let's jump into, enough talking, let's jump into the stuffing, right? Okay, so let's see, where am I going to get this money from? So let me just put this here. So if you watch any of my other videos, I don't know if they're going to come out for this one, but I talked about just saving, and then I kind of was short because I didn't have too much towards like clothes and like toiletries, etc. And my husband came through just as he usually do. Like, this is a trip that we're both planning and both contributing to. Like, he paid and everything for the trip, and my part was to pay for excursions, etc. But I also kind of, like, on the pre-prep type thing, we fell a little bit short, and so we both kind of pitched in to get that done. Anyway, let's jump into it. So you know, if you've watched any of my other videos, that I have this one in my travel binder that says travel. So this money, I finished up this challenge. I'm going to take it out. So this is supposed to be $300 today that is going to go into this. So let's, and this tracker was from Simply Living Saves. So let's just check. So 300. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put these here. So let me know how you, if you have been to a all-inclusive resort or on a all-inclusive vacation, like what are your categories that you budget for? And if you haven't, let me know if you plan to do so. So that's this binder. So let's see. So then let's go into this binder here. Of course, this binder has other travel categories that I use. So this I use to help with clothing. I didn't need too much. And then this section here is for a totally different vacation trip. So that's why I'm not taking that money out. Okay, so let's go into here and let's go to birthdays. So birthdays is, this one is coming out. So let's take this out, and this should have $150 in it, because it was supposed to be $300. However, I did start using it to help with toiletries, etc. for the trip, so that's why I only have $150 left in here. So let's count this: 1, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's correct. So it serves to just make sure you have all the categories, all the expenses that you think you're gonna have, even the pre-expenses like the prep stuff, the clothes, the toiletries, etc. So when I go on a all-inclusive vacation, I still take my shampoo, my conditioner, I still take my lotion, I still take any, of course, you have to take your insect repellent, you have to take, I usually take like medicines, like my Dayquil, my Tylenol. I still take those things with me just in case. I take a little first aid travel kit. I am prepared. Okay, your girl is prepared, and this is for any vacation I go on. Even when I'm going back home to Jamaica and I know my family probably have these things, I take them just in case, because I want to be prepared. So I always have these things on me. I take Pepto-Bismol, always have these things, so I'm prepared. And so these things also cost money when you have to buy them to take with you, and sometimes I take them and I take them back and I use them for another trip. If I didn't use it or I have a lot left, I will let it roll over into another trip. But these things cost money, so you have to make sure that if these are things that you take with you, you have it budgeted. So let's see. So we have some more cash here that I budgeted from paycheck to go into this, and this should be $500. So let's see. One, two, three, four, five. Perfect. Okay, so let's put these in here. So, I'm going to ask you, do you take those things with you when you're going on a trip? What do you take with you? I know people who've taken even their own bed sheets, bed linen, their towels with them. It doesn't matter where they're going, they take those stuff, their pillowcases. Let me know what you take with you. Let's get into how much I've budgeted for each category here. So let's start with transportation. So for transportation, I have $100 budgeted. So let's get that out. And I am going to use, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 70, 80. Yeah. So let's do, actually, I'm not going to do this 20. I'm going to put that in excursions or miscellaneous. So 60, 70, 80. Here, let's do this. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So this is going into transportation. And the reason I have this back and forth is because I don't want everybody all up in my business knowing that I have my money like this in here. So I do it where, let me turn this around. I have something covering the front and something covering the back. Of course, you can assume, but you're not seeing it, right? Okay, let's see if it's easy to put this in this envelope. Okay, perfect. And I did get this on this wallet off Amazon, courtesy of a recommendation by Sam's Budgeting Corner, and it worked out just perfectly for what I needed. So transportation is done. Okay, so our next category is airport food. Now, I usually buy breakfast at the airport when I'm going on the trip, because usually my flights are early, and this one is early, but the airline has kind of pushed this a little bit later. It was supposed to be 7 a.m. Now it's going to be 11 or something like that. So I still budget for airport food. And when I'm coming back, I like to grab something in the airport too. So just so we're not hungry, because I'd hate to have headaches either when I'm going or coming back on trip. So I make sure we eat. So this is going to be for airport food. And let me see how much I budgeted for that. I budgeted $75 for that. Yeah, 75. So let's do 75. So we'll do 50, 70. Let's do it like that. Now this may be a lot and there may be some money coming back, but you know what? I like to be prepared and I don't mind money coming back. Yeah. Okay, the next category is excursions, and we plan on doing a few excursions, but usually I don't book my vacation until I get to the resort, and that's because of a few reasons. Sometimes you can get it cheaper when you're there, and so I prefer to do that, or I go based on how I feel, because maybe I go and then I change my mind and I don't want to do something and I don't want to be locked in. So I play it by ear, and when I'm ready, I go to the desk. If I'm depends on the airline, I will go to the desk and I will see what they have pop in and I will book it. Sometimes it's great to travel with cash for those as well, because they will give you a discount when you have cash to book those. So you don't use your credit or your credit card. Use cash, because 9 out of 10 times they're gonna give you a discount, and I'm for the discounts. Okay, trust me, I'm for the discount. Every single trip I've gone on and I've paid cash, I've gotten a discount on my excursion. So try that next time. For excursions, I am budgeting $500. Or 5. There we go. So let's do this. Okay, there we go. All done. So then tips. So this is something we love to do, and so we have budgeted $200 for this. Now our trip is 7 nights, I believe. But we have 200 budgeted just because we want to also give generously, and we usually tip the driver that gets us to the resort. We tip the driver coming back to the airport, and we tip when we are on property, and if we go on any excursion we also tip. So we budgeted that, and we're doing it in all 5s just so we can spread it around. So let me know how you handle like tips? Do you usually do it on like your credit card, or like how do you budget for tips? And like if you not comfortable sharing, that's also fine, because there's some people who also don't take. So the next thing I budgeted for, let me see, we've done, so I think Miss Souvenirs. So for souvenirs I did $25, just because I don't usually buy a ton of souvenirs when oops, a 20 was hiding there. I hope I didn't make an error somewhere. Anyway, so let's do 25. Yeah, so a souvenir, I don't usually buy a ton of stuff to come back, like so I don't think I'm gonna need more than this, and if I do, I'll just grab it from the miscellaneous envelope. Okay, let's see if we can get this in. There we go. Okay. And so miscellaneous should have, what is left here? So 20, 30, 40, 50. So I think that is it for this envelope. So I just want to share the breakdown of the vacation travel expenses money. So it's going to be $1,000, and we're going to put 500 to excursion, 200 to tips, 25 to souvenirs, 75 to miscellaneous, 100 to transportation, and 100 to airport food, and that will equal $1,000. And that is all done. We are ready for our vacation. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I have been able to provide some useful tips, and I hope they will be valuable to you when you go on your next, whether all-inclusive or not, vacation. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you've liked the video and that you've left your $sign in the comment section below. Also, if you are not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. I will really appreciate it if you do. Until next time, keep budgeting, stay frugal, and walk good. Bye.